Hello, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining us here today. Those of you who are watching replay, those of you who are watching us live. I'm Arina Lang. I'm the founder of this community, this Facebook group. And today I'm very pleased to welcome Martha Mok, who is a super confidence coach. And I met Martha a few weeks ago and I kind of followed her, stalked her a bit on Facebook. And now that I'm back in Europe and we can finally align a little bit with time zones, I've decided to invite Martha and talk to her more about super confidence and what it means and what it is. So Martha, tell us a little bit more about yourself and how did you get started as a coach and what made you choose this as your niche? And yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Martha Mok. I am someone who have been in silence for over 30 years. But despite that, I have been running my own business since the age of 26. I have run multiple businesses in my life. I'm a multi-award-winning international makeup artist. I own a wedding gown shop. I own a wedding decoration shop. So all of those have been really helpful for me for understanding how to run your own business and being an entrepreneur. Then COVID hit, our whole life just changed. So all my physical shop have to shut down and I was like, what am I going to do? So I'm so grateful for my partner at that time to encourage me to go into the coaching world. So I did. So that's how I become the super confident coach.
Wow. So tell us exactly what is confidence in your opinion? What does
confidence meaning that you have that bravery to keep trying and keep going. A lot of the time, there are a lot of people thinks that they are worried about the fear of judgment. What other people think of you? Am I doing the right thing? For me, I feel like when I went the coaching world, I literally just push myself, jump down to the cliff and start swimming to the shore. And that's how I actually started. I believe that you do not need to be confident, do not need to be perfect to be confident. So that's how I see confident as. For me, I feel like that I have found my sense of belonging. I find the sense that why I need to be confident in everyday life. I find that what makes me confident and how not to be cocky or egotistic when you have confidence in what you're doing. Because when I was, even in my business world, I always worry that I become too bright, I shine too much, and I'm going to offend people. At the end of the day, I realized that as long as in my heart, in my intention, I'm all about respect. I respect the other people model of the world. I respect their belief and value, and I'm just doing my own thing. So I can't control what other people do, say, or act. All I can do is control my mindset to be the best version of me.
You have mentioned you don't have to be perfect to be confident. What's the issue there? What's the confusion in people's minds, especially since we are talking about female entrepreneurs and in the context of entrepreneurship? What's the issue there?
A lot of us are worried about, oh, I must look good. I must look professional. I must look like an expert. Otherwise, people will laugh at me and things like that. They have this mask on, trying to pretend someone that they're not. Like, we can't be perfect all the time. We can't be sharp and bright all the time. And a lot of people thinks that being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is about on your tiptoe 24/7. Don't we get tired of that? Don't you find that you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself? Why not just being you? Because being you is what's going to attract the people coming in. If you are like me on the coaching world, that you wanted to show your people that they can relate to you. You don't want to walk out like a Tony Robbins when you're just starting your business for a few years. You don't want it to seem like someone that is unapproachable. You wanted to seem like that you're an expert, you know what you're talking about, but in a non-threatening way. So that's what I mean by not trying to be so perfect in what you do, because people are already stressed. If they're looking at you, they feel more pressure. Who wants to follow that? I don't. I want someone who I can relate to, have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of ease, but also give me very sharp, direct ideas of exactly what I need to do. That's the reason why I hire a coach. That's what the reason that why I wanted to find someone to help to run my business. So having that understanding that you don't need to be perfect to be confident is the key to realize that, hey, you know what? You just need to be consistent. You just need to be keep doing what you're doing and maybe treat it in a way to get you a different result. That's all. There's no failure, only learning.
Excellent. So I actually had the pleasure of being coached by Martha last week, and I gained few interesting insights. So before I met Martha, I was someone who was always saying, you don't need a confidence coach. Yeah, what does it even mean, a confidence coach? You probably need somebody who will help you get certain results in life. So what is exactly the result that the confidence coach gets you? And then it just so happened that we had that conversation, and I realized that I'm very, very confident, but I'm confident at the level that I am. Among my peer group, whatever I've been doing for the last, let's say, 1 year or so, and there are marginal steps that I take, and slowly I grow. But however, in our conversation, I realized that I would like to aspire to serve a completely different group of people, aspire to earn a completely different level of income, aspire to coach around a completely different niche. And this is where I realized that because it's a completely different game, it's a next level game for me, that I didn't have the confidence to actually play the game at that level. And in my conversation with Martha, actually, one of the things that Martha really kind of like tickled out of me is this realization that, hey, you've been doing that already all along for 6 years. You have the experience. You have the confidence. You can build your confidence on that experience. Whatever that you do, you're already a pro in that. And what I didn't realize is that, yeah, Martha was right. I actually have lots of experience. I'm not a newbie to this world. And so just by having somebody who believed so much in me and saw that in me, saw that experience in me, and that I could actually, it almost like a cloth hanger. I could actually then kind of like hang my confidence on that, on whatever we've discovered in our conversation. It was such a huge insight for me. So tell me, Martha, is this your superpower? Is this your superpower? What you do with your clients?
I love being able to inspire other people because we all have so much within us. As an entrepreneur, we constantly feel like, oh, I need to learn more. Oh, I need to do another program. Oh, I need to do this. But I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. What do you have already? Let's have a look at what we have already, expand it, make it shine, make the most of it before we go into the next level. Because once you find out what is inside of you, you're like, oh my God, I completely forgot that was what happened. Oh my God, I completely forgot that I can do that. This come from an exercise that I did when I was with my mentor. It was a makeup boot camp that we were doing. But at that time, I was going for a tough period, going back into depression. So I'm like, oh, I need some inspiration. I need to actually be a little bit more online with what I'm doing. So she did this exercise with me. It's about writing down all the things that I have done in my career on it. And as I was putting it down, my teeth starting to roll out. I forgot how good I am. I forgot I was on TV. I forgot I was on radio. I forgot I was on multiple magazine. I forgot I done stage. I completely forgot it. All I remember at that moment when I don't believe in myself was all the negative things that I told myself I cannot do, not the positive things that I have done. So by realizing that, hey, you know what? Let's write down a list of what we have done. And you'll be so surprised. As like, you know what? I'm not too bad myself. Hey, I actually done all of these. And your confidence can starting to build back into you. So that's a really good method of realizing, hey, you know what? I'm a lot tougher and a lot better than I really realize.
Excellent. So tell us, in your experience, I'm sure you're talking to female entrepreneurs all the time. What are some of the most common myths about confidence that you would like to debunk?
They always think that I need to be a certain item, letting people see me in a certain way, so then they will follow me. The truth is, it depends on how your branding is. It depends on your personal branding. If you want to brand yourself as a complete expert, you got the qualification, you got the experience, you got all of that, then brand yourself into that way. Yes, it's okay. However, if you're not there, you're quite new. You got the experience, but you haven't really expanded it. You haven't tried certain things. And then the imposter syndrome starting to come in because you feel like that, oh, am I really portraying myself when I'm really portraying myself? So all of that is the one very common thing that I see among entrepreneurs, that they have the imposter syndrome. Who the hell am I thinking that I can do this? And that can creep up on us any time of the day. So the best way to overcome it is, what proof do I need to show myself that I have done this and I got this in the bag? So you're starting to look at the proof. And if you wanted to do it even more, a different level is to look at what are the proof that I can't do it. Have a look at the list on it. And then once you did it, okay, now what is my counterattack? I haven't talked to 10 people yet. Great. Okay, now what is my next step to get 10 people to talk to? Think about it. There's always a solution for everything. But when we are focusing on the negative energy, we tend to just go down the rabbit hole. And that's common. That's just human. So that's why that I was doing law of attraction recently. And we were actually told not to say 3 words: don't, no, and not. When we avoid saying those words, we attract more positive thing coming in. Because every situation, if you're holding a pen trying to write, there's a positive note, there's a negative note. Negative could be, I'm ruining my paper, I need to find a new book and things like that. The positive thing is, hey, I got a whole journal written down. So the same situation can be interpreted into different things. So depending on how we see that situation, once we change our words, we change our thought. When we change our thought, we change our vibration. Therefore, the result have changed. And a lot of people ask me, how do I change my result? Easy. The result that you want, let's change the vibration of it from not feeling very good to feeling a lot better. And then change the thought thinking about it, and then change your word about it. A very simple example, if we always say something like, I don't like feeling poor, I don't like not having money, I don't like nothing, a new client coming in all the time, what are you going to do? You're not going to have that anymore because you keep projecting the no, I don't want that sort of thing. The universe hear you. So they're not going to give you any more because you say you don't want it. So instead, change our vibration into it and change our wording into, I want abundance and wealth. I want to have money to travel around the world. I wanted to look at my bank account with excitement. As soon as you say that, your vibration change. We can only hold one vibration at a time. You can't be sad at the same time as happy. You can be happy for a moment and then sad and then happy again, but you can't hold 2 emotions at the same time. So try to train yourself to go back into the positive way by changing your word. Once you change your word, even just by saying it, if you, anyone like we know, if you want to say it with me, it's like, I don't like to be used. I don't like to be unknowledgeable. I don't like to be told what to do. Compared to, I want to have experience different things in life. I wanted to be wealthy and rich and intelligence in all way. As soon as you change your word, your vibration change, and then it gives you that power to be a lot more confident in what you do.
Excellent. So what is the one thing that you wish you had known when you began your journey in your career as a confidence coach?
I would say that I would love to know that there's a help outside. When I first started something as an entrepreneur, and I was someone who went for 19 years abusive marriage. So I always have this thinking of that I have to toughen up all the time. I have to toughen up. I have to put my shoulder on and just fight with everything myself. I don't know that I could ask for help. I thought asking for help was a sign of weakness because of what I always used to fighting all the time. But as soon as that I released that anger within me, I received that defensive system. I lower my guard down and allow the things to happen to me and allow help to come in. The situation complete change. So if there was one thing that I can tell to new entrepreneur or people who are new in their business, definitely start to ask for help. your networking power is your resources. It's not about how much resource you have. It's about how resourceful you get. That's how the business world works. Networking, collaboration, leverage are fantastic tool to use when you run a business.
So what are some of the most common self-sabotaging beliefs that you think female entrepreneurs carry with them and that might be limiting them in their potential to grow?
The part that they say, I'm not worthy. A lot of people don't realize that they're worthy of the abundance and of the achievement that they wanted to get. They keep telling themselves, who the hell am I to be in this happy situation? Who the hell am I to get a client that is paying me $10,000? Who the hell am I? So as long as that you can shift that mindset into saying that, when you're starting to feel like it's that I can't because, that's a limiting belief. As soon as you say that sentence, you have a limiting belief. List it all out. All the things that you think because you can't do it, that's a limiting belief. So as soon as you know what it is, that's when you can overcome it. Without knowing and admitting what it is, that's the hardest. So when you are going into that non-worthy thinking feeling, which is a really bad self-sabotage, start asking yourself, why am I not worthy? What proof do I need that I need to be worthy? So what are the proof that I need to make myself feel worthy? Go and do more of that. Because it's about getting the proof to yourself and say, hey, you know what? It's either yes or no. So find the proof instead of staying in the what if and the because. It won't help you to move forward.
So let's say if you're working with somebody who is not very confident and perhaps also went through some sort of a abusive period of their life, what are some of the, let's say, 3 steps or 3 principles that you take your clients through from, let's say, having very little confidence into having actually a healthy amount of confidence? What is your 3-step process?
The first thing that I would do will be definitely changing our language. We constantly tell ourselves we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not perfect enough. By changing that language, it will shift our vibration. So that really, really helps. The second things that I will let them go through is to understand that our focus. What are our focus? Like I mentioned before, when we are focusing on negative stuff of what I can't get and can't do, it won't give you any return on investment. So why not focus on what I can do and what I can achieve, and the plan will starting to come. A lot of people are in the state of dreaming. They dream of a result, but they're not manifesting, because manifest have a pathway to go there. It have a step-by-step plan. So the third thing that I would say is don't dream, manifest by using a step-by-step plan from 0 to 100 to where the dream that you're on. Sometimes that manifesting is not about, oh, I manifest that I'm going to have a new car, and then I will go and study cars and stuff like that. It's not about, it may not be the direct things that relating to it, but you will work towards that goal by doing something else. For example, maybe helping people to park their car so you can learn how to drive your car better and park better. It could be another person that you're sitting in a coffee shop talking about car. They may know a car dealer who could get you a good deal. It's all of those possibilities. As long as you allow yourself to, it will come to you.
And excellent. So you said changing the language. That's number 1. Second, I assume is the manifesting. And
focus, and then the third one will be manifesting.
Focus and manifesting. Okay. Tell us something that you had exposure to recently that changed your perspective in any area of the business. Or
I would say talking to you. I would say talking to you. Well, like you said that I inspire you, you actually inspire me a lot as well with the intuitive thought, the charcoal, all the things that people think was woo-woo and spiritual. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person, but you really fascinate me. You have such a beautiful way of putting intuitive intelligence together, which is like, wow, it's something that I haven't seen before. It's something that interests me. And even that I'm not a spiritual person, but I'm still interested into learning about more. So I think that is one of the big shifts that I have recently.
Excellent. So I would say I'm quite a confident person, even though I realized that perhaps I can take my confidence to the next level after I've spoken to you. But truth be told, when people ask me what is confidence to you and how did I build up my confidence? And I think in my case, really, it's my journey for the last 6.5 years where I focus only on myself. And this is how spiritual path is actually. When you read any spiritual books, they always say focus on yourself. And the more I focus on myself, the more I rebuild myself from within, the more I got clarity around who am I actually. And when people ask me about coaching and such, and I highly advocate that before you start coaching, you need to become a tree. You cannot be a tent. A tent to me is someone who is lacking confidence and who is hurting themselves just too much. That when clients come to you and they come to you thinking that you can be that tree in their life that they can lean on, they can unburden themselves with, they can cry with, they can share their troubles with, but you're going to be standing there for them and keep taking them where they might be faltering, they might be wavering, but you are the one who is solid and you are taking them in that direction. And to me, it has much to do with confidence, but it's confidence not built on arrogance, not built on delusions, because we know all those delusional people who are overconfident, but actually it's just an air balloon, it's just, there is nothing solid in that confidence. It's just arrogance and pride. And we never like those people, right? We really can feel if somebody, and many people build their confidence by putting other people down, right? Building up their own self-worth by putting other people down. And they think then they're better than others. But in my case, I would highly advise that if you are a coach or a business owner and all that, the more you look within and remove whatever you are not, because confidence has much to do, or unfortunately has much to do in people's minds with what other people are thinking about us. And people will always have thoughts, opinions about you all the time, and you will never make it right to anyone. And so by actually decluttering your mind and removing those opinions, yes, people will still be criticizing you, saying all kinds of things, but you have your North Star so built in within your system that you're so solid. And even people say you're horrible, you're awesome, you're horrible, you're awesome, you don't get delusional. Yes, I'm super awesome. Oh, I'm very horrible. You actually you're awesome. Thank you. You're horrible. Thank you. It's all good. Nothing changes within. And to me, it really has much to do with confidence. And confidence is a strong core strong core identity. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. But it's okay. I'm a process in progress all the time. But yeah, even then, having said that after having done so much over the last 6 years, really working on myself, cleaning up my system and focusing on my character, working on my flows and such, but still we have blind spots. And I realized that, what you're saying, Martha, exactly that I always have to figure out everything on my own. And when I started on my business journey, definitely I realized, okay, I can figure it out. I'm smart enough. But now, after a while being in the business, I realized, well, actually, I get so much value out of coaching. I get so much value out of hearing different perspectives. I get so much value of people seeing me somewhere where I know I want to go, but I don't have the confidence to actually stand up for myself and say, this was fun, but in 1 year from now, I want to be somewhere else. And it has something to do also with a little bit of confidence. I was interviewed yesterday as well, and I was saying that, if I want to rub shoulders with Bill Gates in a year from now, if I were to see Bill Gates right now, I would be probably bowing to him and saying all the time how awesome he is. And I would feel about myself like I'm not good enough. He's like, a million steps ahead of me. But then I realized, wait a minute, it's not about the money. It's about he has achieved something that if I actually focus on taking those little steps, maybe I'm not going to end up being confident and super comfortable with Bill Gates, but maybe somebody else. And, you know, I have time to build up to that confidence level, to actually be next to somebody like that and say, you know what, I achieved enough as well. And I don't be on the same eye level. I don't have to feel inferior in any way. And that's the thing. Often I don't know if this was also your experience, Martha, that we often put other people on such a pedestal, and we think, oh my God, they've achieved that and I can never do that. Well, they were small like us also, you know, when they were starting out, and they went through it and they pushed themselves. But it's about not being comfortable where we are. I'm comfortable and I'm confident where I am, but hopefully Martha is going to push me in the next couple of weeks to actually raise my confidence levels to such an extent that I'm confident. I almost already project my confidence to the level where I want to be in a year from now.
Like what I see is that we often compare other people in a negative turn. So it's like when I was a makeup artist, okay, and then people say, "Oh my God, like, you know, looking at you, Martha, you're on stage and things like that." I just like you. I smile, I shit, I eat exactly the same as you. I'm just another human being. There's nothing different about me and you. So why do we look at someone else and we say, oh my God, they're such and such, just because they're famous, just because they're on stage? I shift that into respect. I respect you. You have the learning and I have my learning. So I raise my inner vibration up to their level. That's what I'm feeling, that we are all human. We are all equal. They may have more experience than us in some area, but I'm not too bad either. So I have my own experience in other matter. So I call it the healthy comparison. When I was looking at like other makeup artists' work, I was like, oh, this is a master work. So I go inside and have a look. Okay, what do they have? What are their Excel point? What are they really good at? Okay, now those are the things that I can learn from. Instead of looking, oh my God, this is so pretty. Oh my God, look at that eyeliner. Oh my God, that's so pretty. I'll never be able to do that. That's a huge difference. That's a completely different angle of looking at things. So that has been always my thing. I look at other people's work with praise, respect, and the next thing I ask is, how can I actually do that? What step do I need to do to actually get there? That's what I will see in my mind straight away. It's like a 3-step process in my head. But a lot of people will look at others as like, oh my God, I'm starstruck. Oh my God, it's like Kim, like, you know, as like, you know, someone else like Kim Kardashian next to me or something. She's a mom, a daughter, a woman, a businesswoman, just like you. She eats, shits, and sleep just like you. So what's the difference? There's no differences. So don't use wealth or all other things that looks very shiny to distract us from the basic core of what we are. We are human. So we're all equal, and we can also get what she have by having the right step to go forward.
Excellent. So what is it that you've learned about yourself in the last 60 days?
That I'm a lot more spiritual than I think, and I know a lot more things. And the universe has been looking after me so well that it always come and say my butt when I don't have enough. When I feel like that I'm not deserving, when I feel like that I don't have enough, the universe have me covered it. So I'm so grateful and so blessed for all the blessing that has come to me. Like meeting you, doing law of attraction, like learning all of this opportunity. I got into like a few different summit as well. The universe is looking after me. Yes, I may not see the $1 million in my bank account yet, but I am in the process of getting it. It's not about the money figure. It's the intellectual that I'm building up at the same time. The fulfilling feeling that I got. My partner was saying yesterday is that, I've been told that you're supposed to sell something that people want. That's how you make money. I say, yes, it is true, but I also want to make sure part of me is in that process. So I can be passionate about what I'm doing, what I'm selling. I'm not happy selling fish So I don't want to sell fish, even people want to buy fish from me. I want to sell a pen that because I'm excited about the pen and I want everyone to have a pen to write on. And that's a completely two different energy level. If you want to treat your career as a long-term career, not just something that, I do it for 2 years, don't like it, didn't make enough money, okay, let me go and start another company. Unless you're going to do that, I understand that mentality of just making fast money and go for it. But if you treat yourself as someone that like a plant, that you can put water and nurture it and make up and become a strong tree. So if you plan yourself like that, you need to know what's the next step to do. What else can I do to improve myself? What else I haven't learned in the universe? There's so many things for us to learn. We are just talking before on air. There's so many things that we don't know that we can go and explore. And we don't have to choke ourselves at the same time. Like, don't choke ourselves. Like, I need to learn that. I need to learn that, like 8 programs at once. You're not going to be able to focus. Calm down, finish one thing at a time. Especially for us coaches, there's so many courses out there that we feel like, oh, that one is important. That one is important. I want to do that too. I have to go into a stage and it's like, stop. Stop chasing shiny objects. I have programs that are sitting in the bucket that I haven't even opened. So stop buying stuff and just finish one thing at a time. And that's hard because the shiny objects are so attractive. So by having that confidence to say, thank you, I politely decline, very important. You don't want to offend people, like we're all good people inside, but I politely decline your offer. And I know if the universe will bring us back together when our time comes. It's as simple as that.
I very much agree with you. I also say, when you do a workshop, first make sure you make money on whatever you learned in that workshop, and only then invest in the next one, but only if it makes sense as the next step in your business. So if I could leave people with one thing, it would be really, really that. And that's how I go about how I invest money in my personal education. I have to first come to that realization, I need that. I need a confidence coach because I realized I did that. So let me get one. Or I need to learn, quizzes, because that's the next step. I can totally see it happening in my business. I think it's going to be a really, really good thing. Yes, I go and find somebody to teach me. And usually, as you said, the universe has our back. Usually the right people somehow suddenly pop up. Like I was thinking in the last couple of weeks, okay, I need help. I've grown enough on my own. And this is the limit. This is the limit how far I can grow. And now I need to, if I really want to save time, I need to probably invest in someone. I need to invest in someone. The money appears, the right person appears. If you're patient, give it a week, give it a 2, give it a month. The right person will appear. The universe is going to plant that person right in front of you. And before you know, that's exactly what you need, and you're start getting true insights, and you're learning and you're growing. So that's how
I completely agree with you. Yesterday with the law of attraction learning that we did, it's about that when we have a desire, even the desire is a 10. If you have doubt, it completely cancel it. So if you have 10 of desire, 10 of doubt at the same time, you're not going to get any result. If you have 10 of desire, have 3% in doubt, you will only get 70% of the result. Only when you desire and really give in and allowing it, surrender to it, that's when you get instant manifestation. That's when it comes in. It's because that you don't question anymore. You just let it happen, let it flow, let it allow it to come in, and let the universe do its mysterious way. They always have a plan. They always have a way. All you have to do is trust and believe. And I'm not saying that you need to sit at home watching Netflix every single day and not do any work and get result. That's a completely different thing to do. We still do work. We maintain our thing, but we put 2 things behind us. Very crucial. First thing, poverty mindset. I don't have enough, that I don't want to spend, I don't want to invest. When you don't invest, money doesn't come in. That's just how the universe works. You got to spend to actually get money coming. Otherwise, it can be an exchange with other people. You go and do other exchange with other people. That's how things will come. So first thing, be careful of your own poverty mindset. That's the first one. Second one is that how much allowing am I giving it? How much trust do I have in this process? How much things that do I need to prepare myself for so when it comes, I'm ready for it? Because you can't be just sitting at the lounge and thinking that all the clients will come into your business. No, you still need to do the background, the foundation information. So it's about focusing on what you need to do right now to prepare yourself for what's to come and cut away the desperation. Things does not come to you when you're desperate. So start to surrender and allow it to come. Put that poverty mindset, desperation away. Things will starting to happen.
Excellent. So what does the next level look like for you? Well, in the next 3-6 months, what does the next level look for you?
I actually always say that when I started my business, it's like a Chinese takeaway in a box. Okay, everything chucked together and then you eat it very quickly, takeaway style. Now I'm on the stage of doing restaurant quality. So you go into a restaurant, everything is in a lovely plate with protein on one side, vegetable on one side with a little decoration on the side. That's the stage I'm at the moment. Now I'm moving on to the next step, which is fine dining. Putting everything online, having a complete online program system, having a group coaching program, and then another my exclusive program for one-on-one coaching. So that's my next stage to come. And for someone who only been doing it for 14 months, I'm very fast already to where I am. From 0 to like 6 figures in 12 months. That's quite fast for a coach to get there. But I didn't get there because of my good look. I didn't get there because that I have everything sorted out with one place. No, I continue to learn. I continue to get better. And I have people who trust me to take them to the process and are constantly giving them more. So they're never left behind. And that's about customer service. Some people will say, I need someone who's more prepared and things like that. Yeah, that's okay. Then go and find that person. Then they will realize that, you know what? I miss out on so much because those people who already have everything thought out and things like that, the truth is their program is limited. They're not expanding. They don't care about what is the nitty-gritty things that you need. For me, completely different. I wanted to make sure everyone got everything that I got in the last 14 months that I've been in business. So they know whatever situation come in, they have something to help them. And I'm here to help them as well to go through that process. So they're not going into a case that they're going online. They're looking at a workbook, going online, going at a workbook, and you need your own motivation to keep going. No, I give them the motivation to keep going and hold their hand through the process so they can get from 0 to their first clients. That's all I'm promising. I don't want to be some coaches that say, I promised you to get 10K month and 10K month. I got that in 3 months. Doesn't mean everyone can get that. I spent a lot of hours and a lot of strategies to make things work. It all depends on how you market yourself and building your social preference and how much blockages and limiting belief you have. So we need to work on those facts before we can go on to the next step.
So those of you who are watching us live and those of you who've joined us on Zoom, thank you for being here. If you have any questions for Martha, please drop it into the chat and I'm happy to read them out. And tell us, Martha, how can people actually stay in touch with you? How can they connect with you?
They can find me on Super Confident Coaching or Martha Mok on Google. I'm the first one who comes out. If you type in Super Confident Coach, first one to come out. I also got a link for Rena as well. Already sent it to her. And I wanted to give everyone a motivation. Everyone said that I need motivation. I'm going to send you guys a book that I've written during one of the lowest time in my life. My cat for 16 years have passed away during that time. And my ex-husband came back to me and tell me that I was the worst person alive. And he blamed me for my cat's death. So you can imagine the kind of mindset that I have in. But during that time, I also tell myself one thing. I need to do action to prove that I am worthy. that I am worthy of everything that's coming to me. Yes, I can feel like shit at days, but it doesn't mean that I don't have the power to take control back. Because when I don't give the power away to the people who hurt me, they cannot hurt me anymore. So that's the book I written during that time, dedicated to my cat. A call action is proof. So I'm going to share that with all of you to give you guys some inspiration to get better. And if you need any clarity in the business that you're in, you have something that you just want someone to listen to you for ideas, I'll offer you a clarity session to come and have a chat with me. I'm not planning to sell you anything. I just wanted to know where you're at, if you were suitable together. If you need my help, then we go to the next stage. If not, I'm happy to just to know you. We network and we ask people's each other's question, because you never know when the universe will bring us back together again. I always believe in that.
Excellent. I see every conversation as a divine meeting. So thank you so much for being here. I don't see any additional questions. I really enjoyed this conversation with you, Martha. Thank you so much for sharing. And I look forward to having another conversation with you. I think we're scheduled to go live in another Facebook group that I have in 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So it will be announced. So join us. The topic will be slightly different. And those who are on Zoom, I've just dropped Martha's links into the chat. So feel free to grab the book. And I'm also going to drop the same links under the Facebook Live video. And Martha, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and sharing your insights. And thank you for being a super confidence coach. I think the world needs more of those, even though in the past I didn't believe, but you totally convinced me that we need super confidence coaches on this planet. So yeah, thank you for going through the journey that you went through all those horrible experiences so that you could come out with this insights on the other end. So it's really incredible. Thank you for being so courageous. And yeah, thank you everyone. And
thank you.
We will see you again probably next week or so. Let me see what other lives are coming up. Bye.
Okay. Bye.